Oh, you know what time it is? Coros Fitness Test. I am the last guy on YouTube who Coros hasn't sent a watch to and to do a Coros Fitness Test. So you know why? Because they know. They know I'm gonna spend some money on the Pace 3 and I'm gonna do a Coros Fitness Test anyway. So you win, good on you, Coros. Let's get to it. All right, now what is the Coros Fitness Test? It is 25 minutes at marathon pace effort after a 5-minute warm-up, and then you go straight into 3 minutes at a 10K pace. Then you have the option to go then to a 3 minutes at a 5K pace. Okay, so the Coros Fitness Test does not have any breaks. You just gotta like continue to roll through it. And 5-minute warm up, I would like a little bit more than that. So I'm gonna just run right now for about 15 minutes. Then I'm gonna start the test. Thought you should know that. Today we are running in the Saucony Endorphin Elites. Haven't worn these since last September or October. It's a shoe that I feel can go marathon pace all the way down to 5K pace. All right, now I don't know how exciting it is to watch a middle-aged man running through a neighborhood. So we're gonna have to put some music on these reps. And it's funny, as a YouTube creator, when I watch other people's content, I can tell who also uses Epidemic Sound. And guess what? I have access to all of the same songs. So I'm gonna start you off with these reps with a little Nick Bear action. All right, it's been over 7 minutes, so I don't think that my mile laps are in here, which is okay. It doesn't matter. We're just still running by marathon pace effort. In fact, it's probably better, so I just keep it more honest. All right, and the main thing here is focused on the effort. I have heart rate showing. That for me is like 160 to 165 early on in a marathon, 165, 170 for most of it. And then 172 is the magic number that I'm trying to avoid. Okay, we just finished. Oh, those 25 minutes marathon pace effort really lulls you to sleep. Oh, threshold was fine. The 10K was good. When we got to that 5K effort, he didn't want me to do the mile. I don't know if there's a mile pace after the 5K pace, but all right, we're gonna cool down. It says 5 minutes. We're gonna cool down. I don't know, for maybe 5 miles. We're going to flush the legs and then we'll get back into the office and we'll see what it looks like. Okay guys, here we are 6 days later. Yeah, it's been 6 days since I touched the camera last time, and then I pulled it away just now. And we're playing a game. It's the same game we play every week. It's called Will Midlife Runner Quit YouTube? The answer is always no, I don't. I'm gonna find a way to post this by Wednesday, but I wanna let you know it's a tiny miracle. Tiny miracle that I post every week. And it doesn't help that when I watch channels like Floberg or Jeremy Miller and they're so well produced, that's what it is. And then I'm like, oh, I can't do that. And then I realize, like, wait, I don't have to do that. I just have to turn on the camera, make a bunch of dumb jokes, and talk about the Coros Fitness Test. So Coros Fitness Test, its predictions, 5K, 10K, half marathon, marathon, it's right here. The marathon says 2:48:25. Now, what I want to say about that, what I'm about to talk about,
is the Coros Fitness Test V, Garmin V, Kaizen V, Plots V, VDOT Calculator, right? That's a lot of versus. Battle Royale. With all the fitness tests versus what this is telling me what I could run for Boston. Because, side note, we're gonna sidestep. This is me moving the chair sideways. For Boston, I'm not looking at this for Boston because Boston's its own beast, it's its own thing. I'm gonna run that by effort, and there's a lot of variables, not just the weather, the late, gosh, that guy is a certified yapper. He can really tangent. Anyway, let's get to these times. 5K time, 17:56, 10K time, 36:58, half marathon time, 1:21:23, marathon time, 2:48:25. Now, I'm gonna compare it first to the gold standard for me, is the VDOT calculator. I'm going to input the time for the Austin International Half, which I ran in mid-January, and it's gonna give me those race predictor times for all those races. We've got the 5K at 17:34, the 10K at 36:26, the half marathon at 1:20:35, and the marathon at 2:48:23. All right, so there you have it. As far as the marathon goes, those two are very close together. However, you will see in the Coros Fitness Test, the 5K and the 10K not so generous as the VDOT. And I got a theory why, and that's because I just got this pace 3. I just got the Coros, me and Coros, we just entered into a relationship together, and Coros is getting to know me, taking me out on dates, taking me out for sushi. We haven't run a 5K together, we haven't run a 10K together, so it doesn't really know what I'm capable at those distances. But I have a theory. Tomorrow, for example, I have a workout. It's a 10K, 10 by 1K, a 10K effort with 90 seconds rest. I imagine that after that workout, Coros is gonna update and be like, yo, this dude actually can do the 10K a little bit faster, but I stand by what I say he is capable of doing at the marathon. I can't believe who ran the Coros Fitness Test, and I don't know if I've covered the splits with you. So the marathon pace chunk, the 25 minutes, was done at a 6:23 pace. The 3-minute 10K was at a 5:41 pace, and then the 3 minutes 5K pace was a 5:30. And they do put a little note here. Race prediction times are based on your best effort in ideal environmental conditions. So what is possible? Next up, I'm going to compare it to Garmin. Now, I had to get on the Garmin website and take a picture of it because I don't wear my Garmin anymore. And the data that it's using is from when I first got the Coros, and it has me at a marathon predicted time of 2:52:55, a half marathon time of 1:20:34, 10K time of 36:21, 5K time of 17:15. We all know Garmin's garbage algorithm. It does work for some people, in all seriousness, but most people are like, don't trust the VO2 max score from these things or the predicted times. I have always looked at the Garmin. I've had Garmin for 4 or 5 years since I started running. I've always looked at their 5K times and like, no way I could hit that. And then looked at the marathon times and been like, I could run faster than that. But that's just Garmin. Okay, now there are 3 more apps or websites I want to draw a comparison to the Coros Fitness Test, but I have to draw a line in the sand. It's going to be a figurative sand. I don't have sand in this room in my wife's office, but I do have this really cool sword that that's my middle child's. It's not real, don't worry. There were no animals harmed in this video. Anyway, I'm gonna have to we're doing another sidestep, and I'm gonna talk about these because there's a difference between these 3 that we're gonna talk about and the 2 that we just talked about, like Garmin and Coros and the VDOT, because those ones we just talked about give us a range of paces of what's possible if you train specifically for those things, but it's not factoring in what you're currently doing. It's just saying, hey, yeah, 2:48:23 is possible if you get race specific for however long, 8-10 weeks, whatever. You're doing your long runs, your workout, your marathon specific stuff. In ideal conditions on a flat course, maybe you could run that. These other that we're going to talk about is like, what are you doing now? What have you been doing the last 8 weeks specifically? Because in a week from now, you would be able to run X, Y, or Z. Alrighty then, let's talk about the first one, my favorite one, Plots. Plots is run by a wonderful gentleman, just a great, decent chap. His name is Christoph Schwing. I don't know how to say his last name. There's a lot of syllables in there. Anyway, his daughter, George, one of the fastest female runners in the UK, they have a podcast together. Fresh Legs Monday. It's on Spotify. You should check it out, or wherever you get your podcasts. Anyway, CR Plots, it factors in those 8 weeks going in before a 7-day taper. And then, so like hypothetically, a week from tomorrow, or like, Wednesday, when this posts, I would be able to run, it says, a 2:57:29 marathon based on the last 8 weeks of my training, which hasn't been all very marathon specific, but some marathon specific stuff in there. Now, CR Plots comes with something called an offset, because CR Plots, Christoph, he's a smart guy. Okay, I think he's out of Cambridge. Those guys from Cambridge, they're really smart. Basically, what this means is that it predicts you run a 3-hour marathon and you run a 3:05. It predicts you run a 3:20 and you run a 3:25, and you're always running 5 minutes behind what it says. Then your offset would be 5 minutes behind what it says. My offset is actually 5 minutes in front of it based on the marathons that I've run, that I've executed well. So that 2:57, whatever, it says with my offset, a week from today, I could run a 2:52:55, not a 2:48:25. So I've got room to go. And thankfully, we have 7 weeks to Boston to get there. Okay, and then last up, we got this app called Kaizen. If you follow me on Strava, I'll put that right here, you'll see that after every one of my runs, it puts my updated Kaizen predicted time. Kaizen used to just do marathon prediction times based on your last 8 weeks. Now they've adjusted the algorithm to factor in half marathon, 10K, and 5K times. Little too generous here. Marathon 2:48:20, so it already has me in the 2:48 range. Half marathon 1:17:25, 10K 34:58, 5K 17:09. Now, anyway, my point to all that is that Kaizen thinks I can already run at 2:48, and that would be this 6:23 pace. But whilst I can run that for 25 minutes, I don't think I can run that for 2 hours and 48 minutes. I need more mileage. I need more mileage. I need more long runs. That's what I'm doing in the next 7 weeks as I build up to Boston. That's what I've been doing the last few weeks. So when I factor in all of those things, I should be able to, in theory, hold that 6:23 pace for the duration of 26.2. So what's the point? What the hell is the point to all of this? There are 2 points actually. Wow, that chair creaks. There are 2 points, and I'm gonna tell you both points. Okay, so the first point is this. All of that data from all of those sites, they're roughly the same. They all have got me in the same kind of fitness. So anyone, choose my own adventure. I can pick any one of them. They're all kind of putting me in the same spot. So, I mean, it's a good indicator that they're not all lying. I'm over there. Second point is, I'm gonna throw it all away. I'm just gonna kick it to the curb. I don't, pick a cliche. It doesn't behoove me, and I just wanted to say behoove, but I don't need it. It doesn't, I'm running by effort, and what I've decided this year is I'm gonna let the race tell me. What I run in the race, that tells me what kind of fitness I'm in. So the Austin International Half, didn't know what I could run. I ran it by effort, ran a 1:20:35. Well, I guess I'm in 1:20:35 shape. So I put that into the VDOT, gives me a range of paces. So now I gotta do the training, trust the training, run by effort, and then whatever I run in Boston, I guess that's what I'm capable of running in the marathon. Yes, there's hills. Yes, who knows about the weather? Yes, I'm caught up in the corrals at the beginning. Doesn't matter. I'm running it by effort. And that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna give it a good whack. So, not quitting YouTube today. I'm gonna go edit this. I'm gonna put it online, and we're right about Sunday.